It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always. It's been a long day, I mean a long week, maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot, ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling. Cocky and appealing, possibly revealing. Getting sideways like a bridesmaid as she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom. Something like a wonderland, understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, believers? I am back. Oh my God. About died on a movie set. Not filming a movie. Not doing anything special. Just jumping. Whew. Wore my ass out. I cannot tell you how glad I am to be back. But also, it was very cool to be out there actually filming a movie. That is one of the coolest things that I've ever done. And if this works out, then it is the first. Just the first. So, without further ado, let's get into chat because I have missed you guys for the last couple days. Anthony, what is going on? Please, bro, I miss you. You're part of my day, and I can't function without you. Please don't ever leave us again. Hey, man, as long if I gotta go film movies, I gotta go film movies, right? Only 5 hours left with the ETH merge. ETH merge is going to be a big deal. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. Crypto Surfer, what's going on? Dustin Martin in the house, what's going on? XP Hustler, what's going on? What does the future hold? Hey, as long as Kwon is making, guys, we're going to talk about Luna. Luna is about to go. Look, Luna's going to have a moment where it goes crazy, but there's some interesting stuff that's happening behind the scenes. By the way, freeze FBI Kwon. Free Kwon. What's up, Jason Frazier? What's going on, man? Volta Change going to burn that Luna up. Yes, it is. Philip, what's happening? Luke, what is going on? Mile High Crypto, what is going on? And Malik in the house. What is going on, my man? All right, so let's get into it without further ado. First of all, here's the chart. This is what's going on. What's up, CryptoPunk? So listen, first, we're going to do this one. Luna Classic is trading sideways around the 3,000 level. That it's basically at a consolidation period. Now, if it plays out just right, and it should play out just right over the next little while, and remember, we do have to deal with the Ethereum merge in about 5 hours. Now, I'm not sure if we're this one kind of befuddles me from a certain standpoint because we've had a nice pump out of the Dow today for it's up 30 points. I say nice. It's anytime you have a green day, it's a good day anyway. But the Korean index is also in the green to start the day, and the DXY pumped, and then it started to dump down a little bit. So, that the Luna Classic did not get the pump, by the way, off of this like it did the last little bit. So, there's weird things happening, right? And the market is starting to get this sense. Now, here's the hard part. The hard part is, what is Ethereum going to do? The last couple of hours, it looks like, and this is, by the way, we had gone all the way down to, was it 1560, around 1560, and then it pumped all the way back up to 1648, hit the resistance point. Guys, we just make these resistance points, and crypto follows them. We know 1550 is going to be a resistance point, by the way. We don't even need to throw that one in there anymore. And we probably moved this one down to just call it 1600. That seems to be like right about where it really kind of settles. But I mean, we're basically throwing it at the 50s just to see what happens, right? So we tested it, failed, got rejected. Now it looks like it's on its way back down, but we only have a couple hours. So if it's going to do anything, it's going to do this, and it's going to go back up like this. And if it doesn't, then what we're probably looking at is this sideways action until the merge. And then when the merge hits, we might see this flash all the way down. And then if things look good, maybe we'll start to see it pump up from there. So either way, it's a little bit weird right now to see what Ethereum is going to do. Like there's a lot of people. Look, half people are saying that it's going to pump, the other half are saying it's going to dump. So, and this was very tough to predict right now because you want to see a pump in the market, but I mean, there's just no thirst for a lot of crypto. You know what I mean? Like what we had 3 or 4 days ago, like this is all dissipated on a day when you kind of expected the ETH merge to get a little bit of excitement, a little bit of positivity happening. You know, you wanted to see like this right here was the buildup, and this is where we were going, and this is where it started feeling pretty good. And you thought, you know, maybe we're going to get this move, and then it just absolutely collapsed. And then remember, we were talking about this one right here that maybe once it finished, we would get a breakout. Well, it didn't even finish, and then we got this downside movement, and then we got this consolidation, like it might be faking us out, and then it just capitulated all the way down and put us into this spot right here. Now I know that a lot of this is basically the CPI number, and you know, inflation is a little bit higher than everybody expected, but you know, we'll see how this all plays out. So the Chinese market is awake, by the way, which is probably why you're seeing this downward momentum right now. So, you know, we'll see how this goes. But the best thing for Luna Classic is Kwon. And by the way, not only is Kwon, there's an arrest warrant out for him. He's denied that he's ever had conversations with the police. He is basically, and he has not surrendered to authorities because, you know, YOLO, right? He hasn't surrendered to authorities. He's not doing anything other than just waiting it out. And then when he heard that there was an arrest warrant issued, what did he do? He posted a picture of a moon on Twitter. And I mean, that I think is probably an FU to regulators. Now, the regulators, by the way, from what I'm reading, and there is a Korean journal out, and I'm not subscribed to it, but apparently and allegedly, the reason that they issued an arrest warrant is for 2 reasons. First of all, they're trying to say now, not before, but now they're trying to say that Luna, the original Luna 1.0, is a security, according to those regulators. And then number 2, that he was committing fraud by not registering the security all this time. So this is some after the fact made up sort of bullshit. I don't know that they're going to be able to do anything with that. But that being said, one of the interesting pieces is they feel like he will not comply with their request. Now that could be because maybe he hasn't replied to their requests over the last little while. I don't know for sure, but he said, I've had no conversations with him. So we can look at this over here. In a media interview last month, Kwon revealed that I have not received any contact from the Korean investigative authorities. Now, the Korean investigative authorities who are investigating Kwon have never reached out to Kwon for anything. I find that hard to believe. By the way, thanks to Don Barang for all of this information too. The prosecution decided that Kwon actually went abroad for the purposes of avoiding the investigation. So they requested an arrest warrant. That's the reason for them requesting the arrest warrant. And then South Korea and Singapore do not have an extradition treaty. That's convenient. But you can make a red wanted through Interpol. That's a red notice, by the way. So you can have a red notice put out through Interpol to have all authorities pick him up. Based on the arrest warrant, the prosecution plans to take additional measures such as an Intel red notice and a passport invalidation so that Kwon is no longer listed as a resident of Singapore or South Korea allowed to travel. Now, of course, he could do 2 things. One, he could seek asylum somewhere. Or number two, he could just comply with the goon squad in South Korea and let them do what it is they're going to do. Now, remember, it's weird that he would be getting arrested for having a security because they allowed all this time for Luna to operate not as a security. So there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot to unpack as the days start to move on. But the great part is this: if Kwon is arrested and he's having problems, then guess what? That's not good for Luna. That would mean that Luna, the token, is probably going to have some serious struggling, because this is the one that he's involved in. Luna Classic, he's not involved in. And as you can see right here, by the way, when you move back and forth and you look at these, they really are running pretty parallel to one another at the moment. See if we can get that pretty much right there. They're running pretty parallel to each other at the moment. So I think if one pumps, the other pumps, and that's just the nature of it right now. But so that's where we are. That's what's happening. That's how this whole thing is starting to play out. Now, there is one interesting thing. This whale is betting against Do Kwon's Luna again. Vinod de Sosa, and listen, we've had conversations before about Watcher.guru and that Vinod de Sosa is a cheap hack of a reporter. So here's what he is reporting here. A cryptocurrency whale named Gigantic Rebirth previously placed a $10 million bet on Do Kwon, predicting that Luna will fail. The whale had predicted Luna's collapse after the Terraform Labs founder had arrogantly tweeted, "By my hand, DAI will die." DAI is a stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain, which keeps its value close to the US dollar. Do Kwon mostly saw the DAI stablecoin as a competition to his Terra UST. In March of 2022, the whale had placed a $10 million wager on Do Kwon and shorted Luna. He also predicted that Luna will fail and will fall under $90 and spiral down further. Now, stop right here. How much did the guy make? Did the guy make anything? Did the guy do anything? Where did this go? Because in fact, if this is the case, right? If this is the case, then this guy shorting $10 million worth of Luna would have made a mint. Like this guy is a trillionaire at this point, because 2 months after the prediction, Luna went straight to zero, collapsing 100% within 3 days in May. So he would have made just an incredible amount of profit off of this, right? So the whale places a new bet against Luna. But here's what he says: "By my hand, Luna 1.0 will die." So he has shorted 22 billion Luna Classic. Now, this is September 9, by the way. So let's think about this for just a second here. Now, this is when we're at 52 over here, right? So if he shorted 22 billion, what do you think some of these big wicks are? Because I'm going to imagine that some of these big wicks are probably him settling at a lower amount, because it seems to me that this is just a move like right here. If he bought in right here on the 9th, right? And then this happened right here all the way down to here. That's a lot in a very short period of time. Same thing over here. A lot in a short period of time. So I have a feeling this guy's probably already done whatever it is he's going to do, which is why I don't respect this Vinod de Sosa when he does his stuff, right? Because he's giving you half of the article. He's not giving you anything valid in the article. He's just kind of throwing this kind of crazy thing out there just to see what's happening. And we could, by the way, we could go look at GCR and see what it is that he is saying. And he's only following one person, by the way, and that person is himself. So you got 181,000 followers. Volatile day in the markets. Here we go. Surprisingly well-written briefing. Time is a flat circle. It's tumbled 8. Now, this is just somebody who's doing... Okay, so Now all of a sudden he's just being followed by people. So there we are. I look, there's a lot of people out here that do the same thing and talk the same thing and talk the same game. And guess what? Only half of them are right because the other half are making money. So I don't really think there's much to it. So, but back to this. So I think that this is going to be best for crypto if Kwon is in the news, and if we start to see a real capitulation in Luna, and then if Luna keeps coming down, Luna Classic is going to pick up some of that slack. And look, as we get closer, it doesn't really matter what one asshole thinks. It doesn't even matter if he has 22 billion in supply. It doesn't matter, right? Because hold on to it for the 20th dildo, because on the 20th we get 1.2% of that shit to burn, right? So really, who cares what this guy's going to do? So and please, if you're going to do it on the 20th, and do it like right down here. Give me this price action down here. Like this guy, I got a feeling this guy is playing two sides, by the way, because like you would play a short here all the way down to a specific amount of time, and then you play a long going forward off of that, because you know that people are going to have that sentiment. And he's already seen, look, if you've watched 4 billion in volume or 3 billion in volume happening day in and day out for at least a week, then you already know that there's a thirst for this thing, and you already know that people are going to be in it, right? Especially when you start to see the burn being implemented and the burn start to happen. You're going to see that happening, and you're going to see the reduction in the supply, and people are going to start FOMOing. You're going to get in, and you're going to see that volume just pipe up huge again. So I think this guy is just kind of playing the market right now. And the one thing that you can rest assured when you are dealing with a whale is that they are using it as an opportunity to manipulate, because if they're telling you one thing, they're probably doing something else, because if they say one thing and then you all do the same thing, and if it doesn't benefit them, like again, if he's shorting right now, so if everybody starts shorting, then that means that you're buying a whole bunch more, and that's not what he's looking for, right? So I would question the logic of following this guy for advice in public. I would be looking to see what he does in private, and then maybe just follow his wallet. Go find a wallet with 22 billion. As a matter of fact, it's very possible, by the way, the top holders, Luna Classic, might be tracked over here. And as you see over here, he is not one of the top holders. Maybe there's an unknown Turkish exchange. There's a couple of wallets here, each having 50 billion. There's one here with 16 billion. So this guy has a lot of tokens, if what he just posted was the case, because that means he's got 21 billion that he shorted. And we'll have to go back and see if there was a spot here where he had it. I don't know if you can go back and track it, but maybe you can. Maybe we can look at the data from a couple days ago and see if there was actually a verification that was it. So anyway, let's get back in chat and see what in the hell is going on here, man. Because Paula, what's going on? Leonardo, what's happening? Chevron, Trout, what's going on? Soul Tribe in the house, what is happening? Why do you think Gigantic Rebirth is trying to screw Lunk after winning the bet? I don't think that he is. I have no idea what's going on with the guy. What's up, man? What's up, John? I thought South Korea could shut down Terraform Labs. Probably, but they can't shut down Luna or Luna Classic. So who gives a shit whether they shut down Terraform Labs? If they shut down Terraform Labs, then that'll be the end of Luna, and that'd be great, because all that money would, all those people who are investing in that would start moving their way back over. But again, I think what we're going to find out is that Korea is overreaching right now. What's going on, Tim Nation? Please dump hard. I want to buy more. What's up, please? What's going on, Greg? T. Costi in the house. What is going on? Market cap target for BTFA. BTFA is going to have a run to 300 million. Like I tell anybody who listens, BTFA is going to have a 300 million market cap. Oh, by the way, while I'm at it, I am partnered with, this was awesome, by the way. I am partnered with Hulk Inu for this month. And Hulk is up 34% or 27%, is up 27%. And I'm partnered with DeConnect, and DeConnect is up 34% on the day. So My wallet's been looking just like super, super cool right now. So thanks to everybody who's been involved in that one. Now, if you could just pump Saitama to about 25, give me Terra at about one less zero. Let's get Volt up to a new all-time high, and let's get that Shift app out and going, and then we are gonna be sailing. I'm still in MMAI. I'm still in MetaMonkey, but I haven't seen it move. I've just seen it just kind of dropping for days now. I assume that means that whatever that 18% sale tax they were doing up here is gone now. So everybody's dumping on it because that's, you know. Anyway, so we haven't seen that yet in DeConnect, which is a pretty good thing. And, you know, they already have a product. There's already an educational platform out there. And if you haven't signed up, by the way, for DeConnect, go sign up for DeConnect. I don't know what's wrong with you because to earn crypto for just answering trivia questions and stuff like that that's awesome. Like, I mean, that's the kind of lazy shit we all want to do, right? Learn a little bit about cryptocurrency and earn while we're doing it. So yeah, been a good day. But anyway, back to the chat. I'm waiting for that link move down to 0.002. Yeah. We're gonna be seeing this, by the way, and I'll be skipping through here as quick as possible. Willie, what's going on? Cassie, what's happening? B Ricky, what's going on? It's not following Bitcoin right now. It's following Ethereum. Everything seems to be following Ethereum right now. What's going on, Jeff? Get off my lawn. Who here still thinks we'll get Luna Classic over 2 cents? Oh, we're going to get 10 cents. We're going to get $1 RW. We're not worried about that. What we're worried about is getting the price down a little bit more before we go up, because we really want, you know, to get them to maximize the sale, to maximize the amount that we could burn originally. We got to have a lower price. We've got to have some suppression of that price action. So CryptoPunk in the house, what is going on, man? There we go. So DeConnect reduced their taxes today for buys to 2% and for sells 6%. That's why it's pumping so hard. Short sellers can have unlimited losses depending on how high the asset climbs. This guy's going to get beat deep into the dirt with his short position. It depends on how long it has, right? I don't know when he has to settle. It's got to be sometime, but I can't imagine that he took out a short. Here's the funny thing. I can't imagine in March he took out a short for 2 months on Luna Classic. Like it sounds funny, but I don't think so. I think he was just kind of playing the market, and then the worst thing happened, and now he's, you know, it's just like what's his name, Crypto Messiah. Like, guys, you guys know who Crypto Messiah is, right? He was a mailman. He put $1,000 into Shiba, and it turned into $23 million. And you know, he turned his life completely around, right? That doesn't make him a savvy investor. It means he got lucky one time, right? I mean, that's the kind of shit we're looking at, right? So this gigantic rebirth guy, same thing. Like once you have a whole bunch of money, you can continue to throw a whole bunch of money at stuff, and eventually things pop, right? You have a 50-50 chance when you're longing and shorting stuff, and all you have to do is set your stop loss at your best possible position, and then you set your profit at another position, and then you just wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? And if you're doing it right, and if you're looking at charts, and if you're learning as you go, then I mean, Jesus Christ, you in a bull market, you can't help but make money, right? In a bear market like we're in right now, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's still same. It's the same premise. You just every once in a while you're going to have that capitulation, you're going to have that downward move, and it's going to suck. But you know, what's up, Rug? Northeast Philadelphia in the house. Sandback, what's going on? Yeah, man. Prez, what's going on, man? The Rebels have the keys to Luna Classic and not do Kwon. They do not, man. This community is great. Crypto is great. I hope and pray that Luna Classic will have it's gonna look. We're gonna have plenty of utility. This thing is gonna be going absolutely out of its goddamn mind. Is this the bull run? So we're gonna look at. Here's the thing. I saw some details today on. I mean, we're at the start of what we're gonna look at and say, yeah, that's the bull run. Where it started, because we saw a flippening of some key indicators. But is the money going to move? And the answer to that is no, because if you look at there's an indicator that there's a bunch of indicators, but most of them, like the question is always, is the bottom in? Are we heading up? Stuff like that, right? And you can't answer that question. You can say this: the market's very soft right now, and people are hedging against risk right now. So what you're seeing is a lot of people putting their money into bonds, and you're not seeing a thirst for cryptocurrency right now. All you're looking at right now is a bunch of degens like us who are moving our money around crypto, and that's very tough. Yesterday, $69 billion, I think, was taken out of the crypto market, and we haven't seen it come back yet. So there's a lot of negativity around high risk asset, and crypto, for all that it's life changing for a lot of us, is a high risk asset. So we're gonna have to deal with that for a little while. So I mean, that's kind of where we are. So we're gonna have, just here's the thing: make your plays where you got to make your plays, take your profit where you got to take your profit, make your life better, make things better everywhere. Jeff Chung can reach 301. I hope so. I hope that it does on the 20th. Like I hope that we can start on the 20th at maybe 301. I would love to see just a full on fall all the way down to like 405. You know what I mean? Because just one day of 3 or 4 billion in volume would just absolutely wreck the supply. So I mean, that's what we're all hoping for, right? That's what we want to see. If Luna Classic keeps dropping until burn date, it will go parabolic on the 20th. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, and by the way, just so you guys know, full disclosure, here is my we go back to my station wallet. I have made some side plays on Luna Classic, and I have taken some additional Luna Classic in some other wallets because I bought this dip today at the first opportunity that I had. So I'm still sitting here with 10 million, and I'm still delegated. So I've got 46,000 more in rewards, and I've accumulated 213,943 additional over here. And then I have another 5 million in another wallet and another 3 million in another wallet. So I figured, what the hell? Like if I'm talking about it, then I'm going to live the dream, but I'm not sharing those wallets with everybody. So, so we'll see how this whole thing plays out. But yeah, I've gone in a little bit deeper, a little bit harder, because I have a good feeling that this thing is going to take off and go like crazy at some point very soon. When should I buy Luna Classic? Sandbag, you could buy at any time right now. If you look at the chart right here, then what you're seeing is you're right in between two lines of support, and it's basically forming another one at the 3,000 line. You probably want to wait until it hits down here to the 23, because you can see right here it just did it 25 not too long ago. Right now the DXY is kind of sideways. So what I would do is I would watch this DXY, and the next time you see the DXY start printing a bunch of green and moving to the upside, then that's when I would make a play. But you can see right here, if you go into the short term, then you're seeing a lot of red in the DXY. So I would say the DXY is probably going to head down today, and most probably because I think Ethereum is going to go on a pump at some point soon. We just saw this one. It hit 1,600, and now it's bounced back up to 1,620. We just saw it. We were just watching it happen, not 30 minutes ago when we started. So we were at 1,630. Yeah. So it looks like it's moving back up for the next couple hours, and then I don't know what we're going to see on Ethereum. I think that what we should have seen is buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, that's what we should have seen. But about a week ago, people started talking about, maybe we're not going to see that. And that goes back to around here. So people were like, maybe we're not going to see that. Maybe we're just going to see, maybe we're just going to see it keep pumping, because like this is a very soft sort of area. And like we did exactly what they were saying. Now, we didn't know the CPI data was going to be as bad as it was, so we probably didn't expect this much capitulation. So we're probably looking at more of a consolidation in this area. So we're down compared to what I think people were looking for, because I think that we were really kind of looking for this right here to sort of continue. Now, remember, we had this right here, and we were saying that we were trending down this way. Well, now it looks like with Ethereum, we're out like this, right? So we're no longer trending on this line. we're finding support up here, and we're finding multiple levels of support on this one. So maybe this becomes our new trend line. It's not positive though. The difficult thing about this is that it's not a positive line, even though it's less negative than it was before. This trend line is still pointing downward, and we don't have an upward movement. Now, if we go down here and we look down at this sort of area here, then we might be able to make an argument. Let's look at maybe a 4-hour chart. So we might be able to make an argument that we're on a positive trend if you start here and make your way up, but we're not hitting support down here in these areas. So you can't really call that a good level of support. You could maybe, I suppose, you could say this right here puts us in this channel right here. And you say, we got this point of contact, this point of contact. You got this little murky little spot right here where it dipped down just below. And then you have this point of contact, this point of contact, this one. So we've got this going, right? And then we've definitely got this going, right? But this is coming from the downside, which this is really a bearish. This is just a bear flag, and it means that we're going down again. So, and I know I got a lot of lines out here for you guys. I'm not trying to make it, let's get rid of all the drawings. I'm not trying to make it difficult for everybody when we're looking at this, but you when you start to look for patterns and you want to see something emerge, what you're seeing that outward sort of pattern, like a bullhorn, but it's coming from that downside. And when you get a pattern like that, then that means that we're going down. I think there was something from Glassnode in the last 24 hours that said that, what they expected yesterday from Bitcoin, they expected this right here, this tiny move that we had, they expected this to be bought, right? That because of what's going on with Ethereum, and because Ethereum is getting closer to the actual merge, and we've been waiting for so long for this, that they expected that Bitcoin would hit the bottom, which it hit the bottom a couple hours ago, right? And it hit right about here, 19.5. And then it immediately came back up to 20,000, but it's kind of stuck at 20,000. And they were expecting it to be up here in the 21 or 22 by now. But it turns out people are just not buying right now. So, and if they're not buying, then the money that's pumping right here, if there's a pump at all, is going to be coming from other tokens. It's going to be coming from other tokens. It's going to be coming from other coins. And, we don't really have, look, the crypto market makes no sense right now. There's just a lot of nervous money. There's a lot of nervous stuff out there. Can you pull up Karma chart, please? Kevin, listen, anytime you want to pull up something like that, that's a super chat thing. If you want to pull up something that's off topic from what I'm doing, then you put in a super chat, and then we'll pull up that chart and we'll take a look at it. Remember that TR has to wait for TFL to merge code. So Dyson, well, you do not have to do that. You can actually, the way that you bypass that is by having the validators adopt it, and then once they adopt it, and once 60% have adopted it, then it becomes the code. So everybody will have to upgrade in order to continue working on it. So it will actually, they actually don't need Terraform Labs at this point, but it's just been nice to have them there and available for it. So, and it just, right. And yeah, they're going to have to build a new Terra station, and that will take some time to get that out. But they do have the ability, to control what happens going forward. Do I need to take my BTFA out of Bitmart to migrate to Everrise? Now, I don't know the answer to that yet. I think that we're going to be getting, I'm going to be making a post in the next day or two, and it's going to go over exactly what's going on with BTFA so that everybody knows exactly what to do with their BTFA tokens. Reach 550 million Luna Classic. Let's go. Oh my God. Jay, you're going to be living the dream pretty soon. Holy shit. Holding about 32 million. Yeah, guys. Hey, look, when everybody here gets rich, by the way, don't forget me, right? You know what I mean? Don't forget me. Volt is now at 4.9 million daily trading volume. So guys, just by the way, if you're looking for something that is on the verge and on the cusp of blowing up, just like a Luna Classic or something like that, Volt Inu is one of those two. We have continued to push this thing. By the way, I just died for them. And if you guys haven't seen it, I made a movie And let me see if I can. Wait, can't do it there. Got to do it over here. This was me in makeup for the movie. And the guy was like spraying, like doing makeup and spraying it on me, so that trying to make me famous, right? And then what else did they do? Oh, because and matter of fact, the funny part was they changed my they changed what I was doing. So it went from I was doing a certain thing to doing something different. And then this is what they did to my hand because I was being electrocuted. So this is this is what it all looked like as we were being electrocuted. And I mean, we were all having a good time with it, right? So, you know, but it was pretty fun. I mean, I had a great time on set. I had to look. I spent a long time dying yesterday, and then had to do some more. Look, we had to do additional filming. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, back over here. Hey, please. So again, we're hoping that it's going to go down. We're hoping that it's going to come down. To keep going down. How do I get my Luna Classic to my cold wallet? Just transfer it over. Make sure that before you do it, make sure that your wallet is compliant with the Terra chain. And the contract address is uLuna. I think it's still uLuna. What's going on with BTFA? The Telegram has been deleted. Oh, Chris Johnson, get on Discord. I will give me 1 second here. I'll put their Discord information in the chat here, so that anybody who needs to access it can access it. Invite Discord. All right, guys, the link for Discord that I'm posting right now in chat, that's for the Banana Task Force 8 Discord. Believes I've been trying to contact Matthew Perry, HCC, DJ Trev, others, but I do not have Twitter or Telegram or Discord. If you give me the floor, I'd like to propose a plan for burn. Text me, anything that you need. Text me on Twitter, and I'll get you to the right people. Free Do Kwon, he needs to hire some boat hands. There you go, man. Free Do Kwon is out here right now. He needs to hire some boat hands to get him from the island that he's on to another island that you don't know about. Do you think we can see point? Maybe. I hope so. I hope that it keeps going. I hope that it keeps going down for the next couple days, because that lower amount is going to be great for the pump when it's time. I think it's going to go crazy on the 20th. I am going for the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, I'm absolutely trying to. I just want my Emmy. You know what I mean? I just want to thank Boniquias, Dudu Kwon, Jay Shell, and all my people back in the hood. You know what I mean? When we see your movie release, please. 2023. Movie comes out in 2023. You'll probably see a little bit before then. We're also, I don't know for sure. It's nothing. Nothing's official yet. But we're working on, I think, a sequel. I don't know if I'm going to be involved in the sequel, but working on a sequel, and then there'll be then there will be something crypto related coming after that. Maybe depends on financing. If we have a thirst out here for people who want to have their cryptocurrency involved in movie making, then there's probably going to be a spot available to make some movies for all of these different cryptocurrencies. Like, if we did like a creep show anthology or something like that, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if your token that you have had like a 5 or 10 minute narrative, like in the middle there, where that was both sponsored by and starring your, like whatever cryptocurrency it is that you are invested in. You know what I mean? So I think it would be kind of cool, but we'll see. I mean, it's, it depends on whether there's interest and whether there are people who want to get involved in it. Think of selling and buying back at a lower price. What do you think? I think if you didn't buy, so I think if you, it's possible that it's going to go lower. I think that play should have already been done like 3 or 4 days ago if you were going to do that. If you don't think that you have enough that it's going to make a huge impact on your life, then, I mean, you can take your chances. But, I mean, just know that there is a possibility that you will never see the price this low again. It could still pump. There's also a possibility that it could go lower. Luna Classic is going to be unpredictable until everything with Kwon is settled, just because the market is the market, right? What's up, Crypto B? How do I sign up for the VIP? Hit the join button down at the bottom and become a member of the channel. He's right, though. Nobody loves him. Nobody. How low will Luna Classic go? I'm hoping that it's going to go way, way low. Yeah, and here, by the way, CryptoPunk has a point here. Deconnect already has a utility. So if you are looking for a crypto with a utility that's already built in, then Deconnect you can actually learn while you earn. Learn to earn is one of the coolest things ever, by the way. You can come down here, take courses. And by the way, take your time doing it, but check out the rewards. The leaderboard, top 100 point leaders. Here's your dashboard for your progress, portfolio. And then here are the different types of lessons that you can do. We've got some more lessons that are coming very, very soon. So, yeah, it's actually really cool that you can make crypto while learning about crypto. Like that's, it doesn't get much cooler than that, actually. And there's plans for the future. So that you guys understand, right? Like there's big plans for this thing for the future. In the education platform. Like, what about daily classes, daily courses on how to crypto or something that you don't know? Like, what if, for example, one day we decided we were going to just talk about what is a volume? What is a volume? Why is there volume down here? What is it? What does it mean? Especially when it looks like, by the way, speaking of volume, for anybody who's wondering about Luna Classic, get your shit together. Look at all the volume this thing is trading versus all the volume it was trading. So there is an enormous amount of interest in Luna Classic right now, and there is an enormous amount of volume that's being traded. So you have nothing to worry about at this point. This is just a bunch of people right now trying to make a few bucks as they go. And we've got this parallel channel. I'm going to go ahead and delete it for right now because we really don't need to see all of these. Now they're just kind of annoying me and getting in my way. But so the question, I guess, is going to be like, after this 23.5 right here, what is the next real line of support? As you can see here, if it's not just like right there at 21, then you're going to come all the way down to the next line of support is right there. So basically 1600 is going to be the next support line. Yeah. 15,966, basically 1600 is going to be the next support line. So then beyond that, you're probably looking at 1280. I don't know. I'll dig into that one later. This is going to be a minor line, by the way, because this is only a couple of hours. We're on the 4-hour chart, so it's a day, but that's, I mean, still just one day. But then after that, you got to come look at, like, where is it? And it's all like right there. So right around 1300 is where you're going to see the next support line after that. So And I know we got a lot of green lines out here. It's going to be like that. It's kind of annoying, but it's going to have to be for a couple days, just because there's a lot going on, right? If you're going to make a play, then you want to make a play right here, thinking that it's going to hit here and then bounce back up. If it breaks through this support level, then it's coming down here and it's going to go to 16, and then it'll probably bounce back up to 23. So if you're making like logical plays and looking to do stuff with it, that's what you're going to be seeing. Those are the spots, those are positions that you're going to be in. So, Skybet, that's very tough to say. Hold on one second. He believes, how long do you think would take Volt decrease their circulating into the billions? It's going to take a while. We got to see. Listen, we can speculate at this point, but we can't say how long it's going to take until Volta Change starts to actually do the burn, and we start to see, because we have to be able to put the math to it in order to get it down, right? But I think pretty soon we're going to start to see that play out, because Volta Change is coming very, very soon. So how high will it go in the next pump? I don't know the answer to that. That's if so, the next pump is not going to happen, I don't think, until this day right here on the 20th. This is when, and I don't know exactly what time, by the way. So my green line here is set for 1920, is set for the 20th. Let's do it at 3 a.m. because that'll be overnight, midday or something. So what I hope is going to happen is, we keep coming down here and we hit this right here, but then like it's going to go on a rocket ride. Like it's going to go, what I said was it's going to drop a 0 within 7 days of the 20th. So what I'm drawing right there isn't even real at this point. Because it's most probably going to be like right in this area right here. And then from there, we're just going to see this kind of shit right here. And it's just going to keep going and going and going as people start to FOMO and realize, oh shit, the supply is diminishing. People are going crazy for this right now. Look where it goes in such a short period of time. So, it went from 36 to 58 in the course of less than 24 hours. So it's going to go out of its mind as soon as we start burning, because that's what people are waiting for. That's what people want to see. That's the draw, right? That's how it happens. Would you advise to buy costs? Absolutely, man. I would be sitting on, I'm sitting here with 10 million right now. Plus I got 5 million in another wallet and 3 million in another wallet. I'm sitting here waiting. I think that 10 million wallet is like a life-changing wallet. So, you know what I mean? I don't have Twitter. Do you have Instagram? Yeah, it's at Believes Crypto there too. And it's down here at the bottom, by the way. It's on the screen. At Believes Crypto on Twitter. Believes Crypto, my website. You can contact me there. Also, if you like the intro music, you can download the intro music at believescrypto.com, and then at Believes Crypto on Instagram too. I don't do much on Instagram, but every once in a while, it takes a lot to get me to start doing shit. I'm just so lazy about it. Need to come to the cookout. Dude, if you got a cookout going on, I'm always there, man. Send me the address. Again, at Believes Crypto on Twitter. Best case scenario, how high do you think it will go on the 20th? Not asking for financial advice. I don't think that it's going to go that high on the 20th. I think we're going to start to see just one of those. I don't like 20th is not a sell day. That's one of those days where people are just going to start going crazy and be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, I think that I don't think that. Well, you know what? Let me guess. I would say this was the best day, right? So let's call it this right here. And let's say if it was here, then I think it's going to go to 57. It'll probably hit right back where it was. Like, I think we'll come down here and we'll probably find some resistance around here. This is probably where we are on the 20th. We're 6 days away. We're probably going to do a lot of sideways, or maybe we'll do some up and down. But this will probably be where we are, and then it'll do this like very, very quickly. So, and I think it'll look quick. It'll be quicker than that too, by the way. It won't be as drawn out as that one looks. Like, we're going to see look, we're going to see 4 billion, 5 billion. We might even see $6 billion worth of volume, and people are just going to be churning, and I mean churning through it in order to burn the supply. And when you come over and look at the supply, right now you're looking at, what is it, 6.904? Yeah, 6.904 trillion is the max supply. But you got to remember this too. Circulating supply is already down to 6.15 trillion. So if we're burning, then we're actually burning from circulating. So we actually have a head start. And by the way, remember, there's a thing going on with USTC, and at some point we might have a problem with USTC. Let me duplicate this and pull up the USTC. So one of the plans is to reduce this max supply by about 10 billion to down to 254 million. And when they do that, that 10 billion has to go somewhere, and they want to swap it into Luna Classic. And if they do that, that's going to create 700 billion more tokens, and that's going to add 700 billion to the circulating supply and turn the circulating supply into 7.6 trillion. So what we're going to try to do, or what, hopefully we can burn it down before any of that shit comes along, because it's supposedly, by the way, a long way off, but it's still out there on the horizon as something that very well could be happening. So we don't want to see that. We don't want to see an addition to that supply. So I think we're in good position. Yes, it'll be fine. When movie trailer? I don't know that. I think it's going to be. I think the movie trailer comes out probably at the beginning of 2023. Probably Shudder. I like, that's what they talked about. So maybe we'll see it on Shudder or something like that. One of those midnight movies or something like that. And you're going to see Bleeds die for you. But when they have a trailer for me, then I'm going to get it early so that. And I've already asked, make Volt so that I can do something with Volt and show them. Yes. Yeah, happy merge day to everybody. Believes in Top Gun 3. New Maverick. Yeah, don't dump the rest yet. Luna Class still up. Yeah, uptrend is going to come on the 20th. Like hopefully we'll get some downward. We want downward pressure until the 20th. That's when we want to see it start to move. Who's always right? This guy. Where can I buy Volt instead of Binance? You can buy Volt on Uniswap. You can buy it on, Jesus Christ, you can buy Volt almost everywhere at this point. Here's the markets where it's available. You can buy it on Gate.io. $2.6 million worth of volume on Gate.io, by the way. Uniswap, Probit, MEXC, LBank, PancakeSwap, Bitrue, AAX, Bitmart, XT, DigiFinex, BitGet, P2P, B2B, CoinTiger, BKEX, LA Token, CoinW, Big One, and Hot Coin Global. And those, DigiFinex, by the way, 1.3 million in volume, and Gate.io, 2.6 million in Gate.io volume. There is so much activity over there right now. They are like churning the price. And Bitmart, where's BitGet? BitGet's at 8. I need that price to go crazy. Don't sell. Do not sell yet. Is there a bullish diversion chart on the Luna Classic 4-hour to 007? I don't think so. Let's go look. There is. Oh, shit. Yes, there is. Okay, so there's a bullish divergence right now on Terra Classic, which likely means that we're going to be playing some upside over here. Now, it didn't mint a line right here to show an actual bearish bullish divergence, but you can see it down here. Like it's definitely there. So the last time it did that was, what the fuck did I do down here? The last time it did that, this is what happened. So there you go. So it really hasn't minted it as a divergence, and I probably can mess around with the settings to get it to do that, but if it's not happening naturally, then no. But yeah, it's out there, and it looks like it. Once 1.2 tax implement on the 20th, price will go up or whale will out from the game. I hopefully listen here. So guys, just to understand, here's what I expect is going to happen on the 20th. What I expect to happen on the 20th is an absolute parabolic increase in the volume of trading. There are a lot of people out here and their interest is burning supply. So what we're going to witness and what we're going to see at that point is we're going to see a lot of people out here burning on-chain transactions with their supply. What we're not going to see is we're not going to see it happening with Binance. We're going to see them doing deposits and withdrawals. So we're going to see a lot of movement for and against on Binance as well. But we're going to see 1.2% of all tokens in the transactions disappearing. Now that will also lead to a little bit of a slowdown, by the way, in how people are trading. Now we might not see it because there's going to be billions of dollars worth of trading happening. But remember, today, if you put 10,000 into something and it goes up 2%, then you pull out $200, right? But tomorrow, on the 20th, when you have a 1.2% burn, you have to wait. Otherwise, 120 of that 200 is going to get eaten up. So people will be a little bit slower in how they trade and what their trade volume is. So just recognize and remember, and it's 1.2% buy and 1.2% sell. It's for all transactions. So you got to remember, you now have a 2.4% tax going in and out on everything that happens with Terra Luna Classic. So everybody buying and selling is just going to be churning the sales. And again, if it's 6 billion in the first day and the price is in a really good spot, you got to remember. You got to remember that if we're in that nice low spot, then you're going to be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like you're just going to start to see a rapid diminishment in the supply. And when that happens, we're all having a good day. How far do you think it will go first run after the burn starts? 30.0003 or 3.5. Like I think it's going to run like super fast. But again, it's not going to sustain because we're at this point, the issue right now, or the issue won't be price action. It's going to be volume, because that's the important part. And what you guys are not like, one of the things that you guys are going to miss here is the more you burn, the higher the more each remaining piece each token or each coin is, the higher the value is per coin, right? So there's going to be a concerted effort by a lot of whales to buy and sell, and they're going to try to do it. And they're going to try to make profit doing it. But the important part is not the price action. The important part is going to be to limit the price action as much as possible and just continue buying and selling and churning out and churning out price action on the downside. That's if I'm getting together as a whale for other whales, that's what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is how can I keep the price suppressed so that we can burn and diminish the most supply in the quickest period of time. Like that's the play. So you got to remember that even though I'm saying it's going to move, like we're going to see an enormous run on it. You got to remember that like it'll all happen like super, super fast. And people are going to be taking an enormous amount of profit. And it's okay for you, by the way. And my dog's going crazy now. Jesus Christ. Anyway, when you're looking at it, and guys, pay attention to this. Take my chart, look at where it settles and play these numbers. If you're gonna be actively trading on Luna Classic, don't get wrecked on a bad position. And remember that the trend line is probably going to be towards that upside, even though we're going to want to, and there's going to be people trying to suppress the price. Everybody's getting in on the 20th, and everybody's going to be pumping and pumping and pumping. But what we need a lot of red. We need a lot of red that day to keep the price action low, because what you'll see is these green lines will come into play. These are the support lines. These are the lines that are going to be set for how this thing runs. So, and remember, when there's no support line, when there's no, and there's no history here. So, you know, this token never even ran in this area, right? So this is it right here. This is the support. This is the resistance. This is all there is, literally. Okay. That being the case, then understand that these are the only lines that are going to matter to you. So, and they're basically every, 50 points or 100 points or something like that. Like you could literally make a case on every single line where, every 50 or 100 points, there's going to be some sort of resistance because people like to settle on the zeros. So at 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 5,000, there's going to be moves. And, if I go back here and I say 5,000, what happened at 5,000? Right here is 5,000. And you can see that they settled across here at 5,000. Now we called it 53 because that's where the majority of it is, but it's just as easily 5,000 right there. So we go down to 4,000. What do we see at 4,000? Well, we see the same shit. We see a whole bunch of settling all the way across. It's always going to be that way. So play, if you're going to play and you're going to play hard, then make sure that you don't get wrecked. Make sure that you're watching for your signals and don't get nervous. And don't, like, if you make a trade and you come out and you make a nice profit and you trade at say 4,000 and you come out with a nice profit, right? And it immediately shoots up to 5,000. Don't FOMO in. Remember, there's going to be some bear pressure at some point that's going to drive the price back down and you'll be able to accumulate a little bit more. Now, that being said, if I'm like me at 10 million, or, I got about 19 million total right now. With that amount of supply, I'm not buying and selling anything at this point. I'm just hodling and I'm waiting for that day when I wake up and there's like fucking doves fluttering around me like, oh, go to the bank, bro, because it's like crazy. You know what I mean? Like I'm just holding on to this as like a wish, that future wish list. And Deck Connect is up even bigger than it was before. So guys, if you're in on this, it's now Jesus Christ. Goddamn, CryptoPunk, you guys are crushing it today. So anyway, guys, I hope that gives you an idea of what's going on here, okay? It's going to go absolutely out of its goddamn mind, and we're all going to be here for it. You cannot buy Luna Classic on Binance.us. No, you cannot. It's only on Binance. All right, guys, it is time for me to go walk my dog. So that is my time for the evening. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will be back for Breakfast with Bleaves at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time in the morning, where we will talk about what happened overnight. We're going to be talking about the Ethereum merge. There's a whole lot of stuff that we didn't get to tonight because, Terra Luna is taking up a lot of oxygen for the next couple days, and we are going to be here for it. So this is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I am always right. You guys have a good night and be safe in your trading. Remember, if you are trading Ethereum, the trade, it's going to happen, I think, at like 2 o'clock or something like that, or 1 o'clock. Jesus Christ, for the next 2 to 3 to 4 hours, be very, very careful because things could get crazy at any point. If something's broke, people could just dump in just a massive drove. If it works beautiful and all of a sudden the transaction fees and everything goes down out of nowhere in an unexpected sort of fashion, then you could see just incredible pump happen. So be very, very careful tonight. Don't make any sudden moves, and good luck. We'll see you again soon.